in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of work, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies. The 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Local sports talk. Now it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Oh, they couldn't lose. I mean, right? We said they had to win. You can't lose to that team at this point in the season, right? With everything on the line, with everything that mattered, with the Panthers nipping at your heels. That is the NFC South. That is what the NFC South has been, and that is what the NFC South still is. And you are going to get a absolutely mediocre champion of the NFC South, don't you think? Hosting a playoff game. Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Friday. Made it to the end of the work week, or at least almost. It's the opening drive. Thanks for finding us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, how you living?
What it do?
Do a lot. You and I sat here yesterday and said, there's no way the Buccaneers lose this. They have to win. The Falcons are terrible. Little did I know Kirk Cousins owns the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right, so maybe the most aesthetically pleasing game I've watched all year.
Not bad.
Meaning those old school uniforms, the creamsicles are maybe my favorite period. I love the Broncos old schools. I love the powder blues. Those creamsicles with the old school Falcons, dark on dark last night, the most aesthetically pleasing game I've watched all year.
It looked great.
Yeah, it did. And then it didn't if you're a Buccaneers fan, because they vomited away a 14-point fourth quarter lead. And their head coach absolutely threw them under the bus. If you were playing fantasy football last night, you had Kyle Pitts. Congratulations to you. If you were playing fantasy football this weekend and you were playing against Kyle Pitts, condolences.
It was a fun season.
How about that? Playoffs. How many dudes do you think have Kyle Pitts sitting on their bench?
A decent amount.
I think that's right. Yeah, I picked up Mike Evans in Saturday. But Kyle Pitts, you're playing against a dude who had two other tight ends? Who has three tight ends? And dude played Kyle Pitts and beat you?
That is correct. It happens. But you look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I can understand why Todd Bowles went off the rails post-game, because he's been able to win a mediocre division the last 4 years. He's been the above-average team in a bad division for quite some time, and the bottom is starting to fall out. And defensively, the Bucs were very bad in the secondary last night. And on that final possession, it's 3rd and 28, and then 4th and 14, and you let Atlanta convert that. There was a reason Mike Evans was losing his mind on the sideline. That dude just came back from a broken collarbone, went out there, was gutting it out in an offense that has plenty of weapons. Yes, even with a one-arm Baker Mayfield, defense falls on its face. And now if I'm that franchise, I'm looking and going, man, we got by for 4 years, but Todd Bowles, good night now.
So there was a moment that we were talking about, are the Buccaneers the best team in the NFC? Is Baker Mayfield an MVP candidate? They started out 5-1, 6-2. They have lost 5 of their last 6. Now, look, they played the Patriots, the Bills, and the Rams. You're like, oh, all right, but you got to win some games, right? Lost by 5 to the Patriots. 2 possessions to the Bills, 12 points. Rams handled them. They got right against the Cardinals and then lost to the Saints and the Falcons. It can't be. Saints and the Falcons combined have 8 wins. Currently, today, after winning yesterday. Todd Bowles went off the rails in his press conference. He's the head coach of the Buccaneers. He went off the rails, and this is one of those, man, when Craig Neal back in the day alluded that it might be the players. People around here, oh, you can't throw your players under the bus. It's all, coach has to accept it all. Quote, head coach of the Buccaneers, Todd Bowles. You don't make excuses. You got to bleeping care enough when the bleep hurts. It's got to bleeping mean something to you. It's more than a job. It's your bleeping livelihood. How well do you know your job? How well can you do your job? You can't sugarcoat this bleep. At this point in the season, you've seen everything. The coaches have done everything they can do. This is a player-driven team in the last 4 or 5 weeks. You got to execute, and they got to hold each other accountable. As a coach, you can sit there until you're blue in the face, until they start holding each other accountable and doing the little things, and that's not everybody, We're talking about a small, select few, but the small, select few is what's getting us beat. Until that happens, it's not going to get right, end quote. It's on the players. Baker Mayfield said, quote, this one's going to haunt me. It falls on my shoulders. It's not the defense's fault. It's my fault. I don't know. I mean, that defense was pretty crappy down the stretch, weren't they?
Very rough.
And, and by the way, the guy that beat him was Kirk Cousins. Remember Kirk Cousins? Remember him? You can't make this crap up.
You cannot. And this is one of the numbers that if I would have looked at it before the game, I still would have been like, all right, but I'm not anticipating it. So Kirk Cousins, in his last 3 games against Tampa Bay, is 3-0. He's thrown for 1,158 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 1 pick.
1,158 yards.
What?
No, 1,158 yards.
In 3 games.
You know what that equates to per game? You know what 1,158 divided by 3 is? He's averaging 385 yards a game. He's averaging almost 4 touchdowns a game.
The doesn't have anything left Kirk Cousins in the last 2 years against Tampa
You like
Bay.
that? You like that?
No.
Kirk, I hope somebody picked him up and had to play him in fantasy football. How about if you're playing
You
against him
ruined
in
the
the
Bucs
playoffs?
season. You ruined a lot of fantasy football seasons. Come on.
You're playing against him in the playoffs, right? You see the other guy puts out.
The only person. And Kyle Pitts has had some nice weeks. But 40 points. Like, if Bijan Robinson go out there, scores, like, all right. But Kirk Cousins and Kyle Pitts?
That's right. That's right. The Buccaneers were up 28-14 in the fourth quarter. In a game that they had to win against a bad team. The Falcons were 4-9, dude. And they were down back to Kirk Cousins. Bucs had Atlanta 3rd and 28 on that last. 3rd and 28. Get off the field. Atlanta, the team that you're playing against, committed 19 penalties, the most in 9 years in an NFL game. And they still beat you. Look, man, if you're a Buccaneers fan, you're puking orange this morning. It is disgusting. And here comes Carolina, dude. And here comes Carolina. Heads Carolina, tails California. You pick it. But damn.
And now Carolina
Yep.
has to avoid what happened to Tampa Bay the last 2 weeks. Last weekend, what happened to the Buccaneers? They lost to the New Orleans Saints and then got by the Falcons.
Here come the Saints. You're going to Nolans on Sunday afternoon. You're a 2.5-point favorite. The Carolina Panthers win, lose in the NFC mediocre, right? They beat the Rams last time out. Like, they beat the Rams last time out. But they lost to the Saints last time they played the Saints. This is a team that beat the Falcons 30-0, and then the next week got beat 42-13. They lost to the Bills 40-9. I mean, this is the most Jekyll and Hyde team. I thought it was the Falcons when we started the season. Remember when we were doing picks? I'm like, I'm done on the Falcons. Like, I can't. I don't know how you can on these guys either. It's insanity to me. But that's the National Football League. Got a lot to do for you on a Friday. We're going to open up the phone lines. 505-246-0610 on Smooth Jazz KNML.
All right. Taking you Friday morning.
Yeah, that's right. Well, welcome to your Friday morning. Welcome to the end of the work week. Smooth Jazz.
Cuddle up with some coffee.
Sports Animal. Grab yourself some cream. We'll make it nice and soft. 505-246-0610. That's how to find us. That's the phone line and the text line. You can email Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. You can find JJ on the X. It's _ JJ Buck, and we are on television. We are on Xfinity Channel 26 throughout the state of New Mexico. You can watch the show on our Facebook page, The OD in the AM. And you can find us on the YouTube channel for ProView Networks. Adrian is up this morning producing. Appreciate you getting up this morning, Adrian. Good morning to you. Coming up on the guest list this morning, 8 o'clock, the executive director of bowl season, which formerly was known as the Football Bowl Association, Nick Carparelli, is going to join us. Going to talk to him about bowl season, because it starts tomorrow. Celebration Bowl's tomorrow. The LA Bowl is playing its final version tomorrow. Talk to Nick about his thoughts on where the bowl system is, what bowl season still means, and full disclosure, I mean, I am an executive director of a bowl. I work closely with Nick. I am on his, I don't know if I'm on his executive committee, but I'm on the executive committee. I'm an officer of bowl season. But we'll talk to Nick and just get his thoughts as we now launch into bowl season tomorrow, what the future may look like. We got bowl tickets to give away. 3 sets of 2 to go see the Isleta New Mexico Bowl, North Texas, and San Diego State. We will do that at 7:25, 8:25, and 9:25 this morning. We'll give away those tickets. JJ, we got we got some info. Like I was looking through some of this. I'm gonna give you little tidbits on our game on the Isleta New Mexico Bowl as we go through.
Can't wait.
But if you take and this will be good because hey, can I break the news? You want to break the news?
Oh,
I think the game's going to be on the Sports Animal, right?
I believe so.
The radio.
Better.
The national broadcast on bowl season radio, I believe, is going to be on the Sports Animal, and well, why don't you tell people?
I'll be making my bowl season radio debut calling the Isleta New Mexico Bowl.
How about that? JJ Buck's got a little national radio coming his way.
Very excited. Yeah. And I've been definitely working hard on football this season and got the call yesterday. I know appreciate the word, but I still had to throw my stuff out there, resume and everything. And they called me and they're like, hey, you know a guy that might want to call a game? I'm like, I just might.
I might too. Really, I'm stoked for you. I'm really happy for you. But
I'm very excited, just the opportunity. But then, man, this game, like, the more you hit bowl season, start looking at the matchups, and everyone's like, wait a second.
People are pointing at this game. So the 20 wins combined, 11 wins for North Texas, 9 wins for San Diego State, is the most combined wins of any two teams in any bowl outside of the college football playoff. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl has the most wins in their two teams of us and the Pop-Tarts Bowl. So there's 2 bowls with 20 wins in the 2 teams. That's the matchup we got. So we'll give away 2 tickets coming up at 7:25. All right, we're going to get into the latest in the Sharon Moore thing. We're getting the Lobos in Florida Gulf Coast coming up this weekend. A lot of NFL news. 505-246-0610. Holiday time for you. Holiday time for us. Best time of the year for sports. You got bowl games. You got basketball. You got playoff pushes. You got football. You got all kinds of stuff. You got Prize Picks. And you open up your Prize Picks app and you get to mix it around, play a little football, and play a little basketball on there and have fun with that. You look at the app and say, who you want to play tonight? Maybe, did you play Kyle Pitts last night? Go more or less on his touchdowns? You go more or less on Mike Evans' receiving yards? You want more on Kirk Cousins? You're a winner. Tonight I'm looking at, I got some soccer on here. I got Tyrese Maxey, 24.5 points, more or less. Pascal Siakam, former Aggie, 17.5 points, more or less tonight. So you do, you download the app and you play. Lineups of 2 to 6 players. More or less. Make a few bucks when you're right. This is really cool. You can do like fantasy scores. You can go more or less on free throws made, field goals attempted, even turnovers. On Prize Picks, you can pick multiple sports. You can mix it up. You can do all kinds of really cool things. And you can find your community on Prize Picks. They got a new social feed. This is a really cool feature. You can share Prize Picks with your friends. You can copy lineups from winners with a single click. Copy lineups that you like. You can use them for inspiration. You can make them your own picks. You can even follow Prize Picks partners. This is really, really cool stuff. Download the Prize Picks app today. Have fun with this. Use the code KNML. You're going to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code KNML. You'll get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. It's on Prize Picks, and it's good to be right.
What's up, guys? David Paul.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of work, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies, the 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of work, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies, the 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com.
Army, Navy, American Classic. Tomorrow evening, 6:30 p.m., JJ will crack the mic from the pit. Lobo women's basketball against Houston, 6:30 pregame and 7 o'clock tip. Sunday, we've got the NFL here on the Sports Animal. Bills and Patriots in the morning. We'll have Raiders and Eagles over on the pit. Packers, Broncos in the midday, and then Vikings, Cowboys in the evening. All your NFL on the Sports Animal. Brought to you by Hyenas Comedy Nightclub, now open in Albuquerque. Come join them New Year's Eve and enjoy complimentary champagne toast as they ring in the new year. Conveniently located in the Winrock Town Center, HyenasComedyNightclub.com/Albuquerque is where you can get your info. Sunday over on News Radio KKOB, we will have 1:30 pregame, and at 2 o'clock tip, I'll have the call with Daniel Ferris. Lobo men's basketball against Florida Gulf Coast. Lobos have won 5 in a row on the men's side, and coming off that big victory, 2 big victories, really, the Santa Clara game and then the game against VCU on the road on Wednesday. So big weekend.
One weekend ahead.
KKOB. Yeah.
Are you going to reminisce about Dunk City?
It feels not right. I mean, they might be the same uniforms, but hardly the same
different
people. Yeah. Different, completely different. That's the team. Do you know who Dunk City beat? When they got they went to the Sweet 16, and why am I losing their coach who's at SMU now that was at USC?
Andy Enfield?
Andy Enfield. And that's what got him the SC job. Do you know who they beat? The 2 games they won.
Was it Georgetown and San Diego State?
How do you know that? That's correct. Yes.
Dunk's the legend of Dunk City.
Yeah. I mean, I guess why would I know that too? Yeah. I remember the San Diego State people. Oh, sweet! Got a nice little path into the Sweet 16, and then got beat by Florida Gulf Coast. Yeah, that was pretty.
The Harvard, of the Southeast.
Is that right?
Florida Gulf Coast.
Is that right? You were just down there, weren't you? Right near there, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you were down there with the women at that high school gym that you guys.
I know. It's like, can we Go to this college university, please.
All right, the Sharon Moore stuff has gotten. I told you, and I'm not that I'm breaking any news, that this thing is just going to get weirder and weirder. Now that everybody's digging, and more and more people are just what's going on, and the Michigan coach, who evidently is going to be arraigned today. He was fired. He's expected to appear in a court today for arraignment. He's being held as a suspect in an alleged assault. The prosecutor's office in Washtenaw County said the matter involving Mr. Moore remains under active investigation by law enforcement, and as a result, we do not expect charging decisions or an arraignment today. This was yesterday, but they expect it today. The stuff like Fox News is reporting that where'd that go? That, you know, I guess do I care that this OnlyFans model now is out there saying, well, he slid into my direct messages and he DM'd me and he attempted to attend a party by Diddy, and I mean, tell me what's real, what's relevant, what matters anymore.
That, I think, just more goes on for the character of Sharon Moore and kind of what he was all about outside of everything. Like, do you care about that? I can understand it. That comes across like what, but then it just kind of piles on to how he got himself in this situation and the stuff that he was thinking about outside of football.
Yeah. This OnlyFans model's name is Mia Sorority, I guess. And so she said on X, I wasn't surprised he was all in my DMs trying to risk it all with OF models. She's a fitness model, and then everyone went off on X. Then they pulled out this tweet from Sharon Moore in 2018 when he was at Bowling Green, I guess, and it's just, he says, what a great week in Paris. Such a blessing to be part of the Michigan family. Off to the Ville for the weekend to enjoy the Kentucky Derby festivities hosted by Diddy. And so everybody's like, oh, you were at a Diddy party. Man, the tragedy that this has become, and the people that are going down now, anybody who's associated with Sharon Moore is like, damn, like don't put me there. Don't put me there, right? But the whole coaching, the amount of people that are going to get affected by this, well, I don't want to say never mind, because I think it starts there. Absolutely mind. Starting with the wife and the kids, right? I mean, he's got 3 young kids, dude. The lady with whom he was having this relationship is just getting dragged. And she's a grown woman. She's 32 years old. She knew what she was doing. She knew he was married. Again, certainly culpable. But I mean, the way this is going to go down now. And then when they bring in a new staff, the odds are all of the, and everybody's already hired, right? So the coaching staff that's at Michigan right now, everybody's like, damn, dude, do we have a job? Whether it's Jed Fish or pick your coach who's going to come in there now. JJ, everybody's got to be going, damn, I got to pull my kids out of school. Are we moving, or do I have a freaking job?
Yeah, and it's one where you were probably going to get lumped in with everyone else of how many indiscretions within that football program are they going to allow those just other dudes to stick around?
Are they going to just wipe the whole slate clean? How did you know? I mean, you were his defensive coordinator. You were his linebacker coach. You had to know what was going on. You're now associated. Is the stink of Sharon Moore now fall onto you? And you go, well, all I did was coach special teams, man. I was just trying to do my job. I didn't know what the hell was going on. Yeah, we're cleaning house. You're out. And then you go try to get a job, and it's like, damn, dude, you were on that staff? Now, I don't know that that'll stick that bad. I don't think Sharon Moore. I was listening to Eric Strauss on Kenny's show yesterday. Oh, he'll get another job. And, you know, I listened, there was a Jamel Hill tweet that said, well, Hugh Freeze will get another job. And you know, she listed all the white coaches who are going to get another one, but Sharon won't because he's black. And I don't know, this feels a little thicker than the Bobby Petrino, although the Bobby Petrino thing was pretty big.
Yeah, and guess what he's doing?
What is he doing?
He's at Arkansas was their interim coach this year.
Yeah, and he's got
people forgive adultery all the time. But it's a little different when we're just in this unknown situation of were you threatening to kill people after the fact?
And therein might lie the difference, right? You're right. You're right. Hugh Freeze got fired at Ole Miss because he was using his company phone, his school issued phone, to call escort services, right? That's what he got. He got blued out and resurfaced at Liberty, did well there. He was at Auburn, just got fired. Bobby Petrino had that motorcycle accident. He had a volleyball player that he was having the affair with, right? At the university. It was at Arkansas?
Yeah.
Right? And
They're just like, welcome back, Bobby.
Yeah, because you can coach. The difference, to your point, is not simply, well, one's black and one's white. One's in jail for assault charges. Now, let's see where this goes, because but if in fact he did then threaten to kill, well, I mean, it's mental illness and he went off the rails. All right, let's watch this thing play out before we start saying for sure, well, the white guy gets a second chance and the black guy doesn't.
Yeah.
But that's Jamel Hill's game.
Well, and also I look at some of those situations and I'm like, I think it's crazy that some people are so easy to just move on so quickly. Like how Bobby Petrino, like nothing ever happened at Arkansas with that dude. I'm sure they were like clamoring for him to be the head coach moving forward too. Like, all right. But yeah, this one, you said there's a lot to play out with the after the fact stuff and what the allegations and what was, how was he threatening? Who did he assault? Like there's so much more than just, and it's crazy, right? That we say just adultery.
Well, but I mean, adultery is not a crime.
No.
At least a legal crime. You decide what it is morally, ethically with your maker, however right? But it's not against the law. And, maybe Sharon Moore's the head coach at Eastern New Mexico in 10 years. Right? Maybe that's where he researched. You know what I'm saying? I think you do. Yeah. All right, 505-246-0610. We got 2 tickets to give away. Isleta New Mexico Bowl, 23rd ranked North Texas. 9-3, San Diego State co-champions of the Mountain West regular season. It'll be the 27th of December at University Stadium, 3:45. 2 tickets to caller number 3 right now at 505-246-0610. Call now, 505-246-0610. 8 o'clock this morning, Nick Carparelli, the executive director of bowl season, is going to be with us on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Hour.
And order now.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of worth, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies, the 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Affordable private security. They protect my home. They protect homes and businesses all over Albuquerque and Santa Fe. They in your neighborhood. You see them everywhere. You see them at the stores. Why? Because they work. They keep the bad guys away. They've been doing it for a long, long time, and they're really good at it. Call IPS. Protect what you've worked so hard to build, because the typical response time for the police, well, it's hours and maybe even days, because they don't have enough officers to cover all the calls. IPS responds within 7 minutes or less when an alarm goes off at a property that they monitor. They've got officers strategically placed all around Albuquerque and in Santa Fe. They react quickly. IPS will provide you standing guards if you'd like eyes on your property around the clock. They'll install alarms and camera systems. They've got a state-of-the-art facility to monitor those cameras 24/7. All of this raises the level of security around your home and your business. I always ask you, who's watching your home when you're not there? Make sure it's the good guys and not the bad guys. You can't prevent all the crime, but if you have no protection, you're much more likely to be victimized. 505-897-2420. That's the number for IPS. 505-897-2420. They're online at ipsglobal.com. Passionate about making Albuquerque and Santa Fe better and safer places to live and work. JJ, this came down about 18 minutes ago. CD Lamb is in order to play. He is cleared protocol. The Cowboys receiver has cleared the league's concussion protocol, and he will play Sunday against Minnesota. I know that was something that was in doubt. As I look down the same list, like 1, 2, 4 down from there, player updates, just so you know, Kyle Pitts is active for week 15.
How about that?
Yeah.
I think it's very interesting in the Falcons pass game, especially with Drake London rolled out. Could be a big opportunity for Kyle Pitts.
I mean, just unbelievable. Yeah.
You think at halftime they might be like, let's put 2 guys on Kyle Pitts and just go from there. Let's see if David Seals and Mooney can beat us.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Kirk Cousins to Kyle Pitts was what was it? Who did he go to on the on that 4th down and 13 conversion on that right sideline? Who caught that ball? Trying to remember who that was, because that was about as big of a play in that game as anything.
Yeah, those back-to-back plays right there. You had him at 3rd and 28.
Yeah, 3rd and 28. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails, Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com, JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. 29-28 Falcons over the Buccaneers last night. It's brutal. Walk off. Good night now. Thanks for coming. See you later. What else we got in the NFL? Caleb Williams. I'll get there later.
It was so the 3rd and 28 pass was a 14-yard completion to Kyle Pitts.
Yep.
And then on the 4th and 14, it was Sills.
Down that out pattern.
Yeah.
On the right side. Yeah. It was something. All right. We got this weekend. You got the Chiefs needing to win. You got the Cowboys needing to win. So there was a scenario, and I was listening to something yesterday, and it might have been, I know who it was. He was talking about the Chiefs' path to get into the playoffs. And if they win out, the Chargers would have to lose 2 or 3, and the Ravens and the Dolphins would both not have to win out, and then the Chiefs would get in. And you're like, all right, well, I mean, I guess that's feasible. JJ, I'm going to tell you, of all those things, the least probable is the Chiefs winning out. What makes you think the Chiefs are going to win out? They play the Chargers, the Titans, the Broncos, the Raiders. Why are people sitting here still telling me, well, if the Chiefs win out, what makes you? They've lost 4 of their last 5. They got the Chargers, the Titans, all right, the Broncos, and the Raiders. What makes anybody think the Chiefs? Oh, well, all of a sudden they're going to turn around because they've lost 4 of their last 5. But I mean, look, I think the Chiefs are going to be back. I do not think it's going to be this year. I think there will be another iteration of the Chiefs. I do. Patrick Mahomes is basically still in his prime. Andy Reid's 67 years old, but I don't see any inclination that he's done. I do believe that they will rebuild. I'm not sure. I think it's just a reload. It's somewhere in between, whatever's in between reload and rebuild, right?
Retool.
Okay. But why do I keep hearing, well, the Chiefs are going to, if they win out, what gives you any idea they're going to win out? They just got beat 20-10 by the Texans. They got beat 31-28 by the Cowboys. They beat a Colts team that's decimated and got beat by the Broncos and the Bills before that. Like, granted, they got beat by decent and good teams, but where is this? Well, they're going to win out, and okay, I don't see it.
Ifs and buts, candy and nuts. But even Vegas hasn't come around in Kansas City yet. They're favored again this weekend. This season, Kansas City, they're 5-6 as favorites this season. They're not awful, but they're not that squad that you can just blindly trust. They've been that up until this season.
Yeah.
But the things that have gone their way, they haven't been able to execute. The team in that division that is playing like the Chiefs, it's the Denver Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
Of winning close games, just finding a way to get by, making the plays in the fourth quarter. That was the MO for Kansas City. And they're just not that squad. And I'm with you. This, to me, I don't think there's just some whole, end of an era, this or that. Because this, to me, it feels like exactly like the Warriors. It's like you still have a core
I'm down.
that is
100%.
really good. Maybe it's an off year for the team, but just waiting. Steph Curry comes back fully healthy. And this same thing's here. It's not necessarily Patrick Mahomes isn't healthy. It's just not great around him in terms of being able to make the plays in games. And to me, they're going to come back and still be a competitor. And I think that's why we're having the discussion of, well, what if with Kansas City? But I don't see that many teams falling apart. There's not going to be that much that happens in front of them that opens the door.
So I believe they'll be back, and they're not going to be dynastic. I don't believe they're coming back to be a dynasty, and whatever dynasty means to you. I believe that before Patrick Mahomes is done, he will be in the Super Bowl again. I do. Now, what makes me believe that? I believe in that organization that they are going to figure it out and put that roster together, right? The roster needs to be reconstructed, whether that you want to say rebuild, retooled, reload. I use your word. I don't care.
And they're not far away from getting back on track. They've had some issues with their first round tackle this year, Josh Simmons, but he's still a talent that if they get him back on track next year, get the left side locked down. And really, it's going not really. It is just the first time that they're looking at missing the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I'm right there with you. Yes, we can look at Kansas City and just kind of go, why? Even Vegas is still all in on Kansas City favorites each and every single week, but it just ain't their year.
Matthew says, if Phillip Rivers starts this weekend, we need to see Tom Brady make one last run at the Super Bowl. Can't wait to see the Lobos at the Rate Bowl with my dad, lifelong Lobos fan. I don't need to see Tom Brady again. I think Tom Brady's doing Tom Brady, man. Tom Brady went out on top. He went out in a good place. I don't think he's got that desire to come back, man. Tom Brady's still in football and realizing, damn, I can enjoy football, make a boatload of money, and not get hit.
Hey, chill in the owner's box. He can be the number one broadcaster for Fox Sports.
Tom Brady.
And he was saying that yesterday. He was on Colin Cowherd.
Was he?
And he's like, yeah, he doesn't have the Monday through Friday desire, that it takes to do that.
And I imagine he does on Sunday, right? Oh, yeah. I love to play. Everybody loves to play.
I think he made a comment of like, yeah, if I, pull the Phillip Rivers, just kind of show up at the end. But
well, I mean, look, I'm at the point where I'm done ever saying never. Like,
Nothing is never.
Nothing's 100%. All right, 505-246-06. We still got two more pairs of Isleta New Mexico Bowl tickets to give away. We'll do that at 8:25 and 9:25 this morning. Nick Carparelli, the executive director of Bowl Season, will be with us coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. We'll talk to him about the state of the bowl season and where he sees things going. And look, nobody's hiding from what happened on Selection Sunday, but just get his thoughts on where it is and let JJ ask some questions now that JJ is a national broadcaster for bowl games. You can get in on that as well. 505-246-0610. Hey, listen to this. This is really, really cool, and it's never happened before. John Thomas Jewelers is moving. Well, people have moved before, but they've never done a 70% off before. Everything has to go. You can save up to 70% on fine jewelry. That includes everything: diamonds, engagement rings, designer collections, men's jewelry, women's jewelry. It's the largest discounts ever offered. No gimmick here. They refuse to move all this inventory to a new location. So it's a true moving sale, but when it's gone, it is gone. There's no holds, there's no restocks, there's no second chances. So if you've thought about proposing, now is your time. Need a Christmas gift, holiday gift that is going to wow someone? Go now. Waiting to upgrade? This is your time. Voted best jeweler in Albuquerque 5 years running. This sale will end December 24th. The best pieces don't last for days. They last for hours. So get yourself over there before someone else gets what you want. It's John Thomas Jewelers, 3rd floor, Lewis University building on Louisiana. 1 block south of Banal, directly across the Coronado Center. All your details are at johnthomasjewelers.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of...
The college football coaching carousel had somewhat stopped, right? Everybody filled. Like, did all the American... So North Texas had filled. I think South Florida filled. Like, all those jobs that got peeled, right? Filled for the most part. This Michigan thing may, depending on which way they go, may set this thing into another one more little run, depending on where they go. And I mean, I don't know, like North Carolina just fired their offensive coordinator. Oh, okay, but oh, look at this. This is a big deal. I didn't see this. Coastal Carolina hired Brian Beard from Missouri State. Missouri State's coach.
The dude that just
had a great, he just signed a new deal.
Wow.
He just went over. He's 36 years old. Led the transition from Missouri State. In fact, I was talking to him down at Cruces when they beat the Aggies this year. Former assistant at Central Michigan. He's the one who told me my son still wears that New Mexico Bowl beanie that we got back in 2019. So the Chanticleers, who finished 6-6 and will be in the I forget where they're going. I know. Missouri State's playing in the Xbox Bowl against Arkansas State, but Tim Beck got fired after 3 seasons there. I think he's a terrific young coach. So that just went down this morning.
Interesting move.
Yeah, it is an interesting move. But that's kind of been a launching spot at a Coastal too. So they got opportunities there. I think it's a great hire by them. That just happened today. What do you think? And as much as you're reading, do you think Michigan's going to NFL? Pull someone back from the NFL for this job?
They're lobbing calls to everyone because they can. They have the money. They have the platform. And Michigan still resonates, especially with the way they've invested in football the last few years. I'm sure they're calling Kalen DeVore. They're calling Jed Fish.
And Cignetti, too.
Cignetti, yes. I think they're making the calls to everyone. Make them say no. You're in that position where it's not laughable if you make that phone call to one of these coaches. The NFL, I'm sure you're looking around. I know but Jesse Minter's been thrown out there.
Yeah, a lot. And people love Jesse Minter.
So I guess he would be able to take over in the summer because he has a show cause
till April, yeah.
But that's one you could always just hire him and then hold and see how the players respond.
Can you, though? How do you do that?
Yeah, that seems...
How do you do that?
Like you're trying to get out of a mess and it's just going to be messy for 6 months. Maybe with a name, because he's available, but like Brian Dable.
You like that? Brian Dable?
I do like that.
You like that?
But I'm just thinking outside the box. Wink Martindale did a really good job going in there as NFL defensive coordinator.
He's still there. What about Wink Martindale?
But didn't he work with Brian Dable? And didn't that go south? Actually, the Giants.
I imagine that's right.
So probably not that combination. But I don't. Is there like I'm just thinking through. If you're a good NFL assistant, do you want to try to go through the NFL hiring process, or hey, if this is in there, let me throw my hat into the Michigan ring.
Yeah. All right. Did you see the 2025 CBS Sports College Football Awards? Diego Pavia, Player of the Year. CBS, and look, the Heisman's tomorrow. I know some of you say there's no way he's going to win. And look, I'm not promising he's going to win. He's got the second best odds to win. So that doesn't mean there's no way. With all due respect to those of you who are, and when he doesn't, you'll call and say, I told you there was no way. That you're still going to be wrong. There's a possibility of that. Kurt Cignetti, Indiana Coach of the Year. Freshman of the Year, Malachi Toney, the wide receiver from Miami. So Diego wins CBS Sports, the College Football Awards Player of the Year. There's a bunch of these. We're going to get into the Heisman stuff. That's tomorrow. I think it's going to be a fascinating watch, man. I do.
It feels like it's Mendoza versus Pavia.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's going to be two other guys sitting on the stage, but it's those two young men. And I think it's really cool, too, Hispanics, which, if I'm not mistaken, you got to go back till 1970 when Jim Plunkett won it for the last Hispanic to have won the Heisman Trophy. It's really, really cool. We'll get there. 505-246-0610. When we get back, Nick Carparelli is going to be with us. He is the executive director of Bowl Season, which is formerly known as the Football Bowl Association. Talk to him about the health of bowls, the future of bowls, kind of, where we are as we sit here on the eve of bowl season. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of work, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies. The 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of work, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies, the 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
We are now on the eve of a bowl season. It starts tomorrow. 3 wonderful weeks plus of college football. Wall to wall, a celebration of the game we love so much. It'll start tomorrow, the Cricket Celebration Bowl, South Carolina State and Prairie View A&M, and then the bucked up LA Bowl, Boise State, the champions of the Mountain West against Washington. It's the opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Of course, the Lobos will be in the Rate Bowl. That'll be on the 26th of December, the day after Christmas in Phoenix. They play Minnesota out of the Big Ten, and the Isleta New Mexico Bowl the day after on Saturday, December 27th, out at University Stadium. 3:45 kick. It'll be 23rd ranked North Texas against San Diego State. And again, that game, the 20 wins between those two teams, the most of any teams in any non-college football playoff bowl game. The Pop-Tarts Bowl and the Isleta New Mexico Bowl have that distinction. We'll have a pair of tickets to give away for that coming up here at 8:25. Looking forward to this conversation. And as we do this, full disclosure on this is, I think everybody, you all know, I am the executive director of the Isleta New Mexico Bowl, have been for 20 years. I'm also an officer on the executive committee for Bowl Season, which was formerly known as the Football Bowl Association. So that has to be fully disclosed as we enter into this conversation with Nick Carparelli, who is the executive director of Bowl Season. He joins us this morning. Happy Bowl Season, Nick. How you living?
I'm doing good, Jeff. You forgot to disclose the fact that I had no choice but to be on your show this morning because technically you're one of my bosses. So good morning, boss.
Yeah, no, and I'm glad you're at work on time this morning, Nick. It's good to see that. You know, Nick was saying, you know, I'm doing about 10 different radio appearances this week. And Samantha's got me lined up. I'm like, hey, you want to slum it and do one in Albuquerque with us on Friday morning? He's, I can fit it into my schedule. So thanks for finding the time.
No slumming it here, Jeff. This was the highlight.
Hey, it's an exciting time. And look, I thought, and I said this publicly, from where I sat, and I've been doing this for 2 decades, this selection Sunday and really Saturday, Sunday was the wildest, and maybe it's recency bias, but I don't think that I've seen in my 20 years because of all the movement, the last second, the opt-outs. How was it from your perspective?
Yeah, it was crazy. You know, it was difficult to manage. Didn't fit our plan, that's for sure. But it was just a portion of the selection Sunday. For the most part, I was talking to a few people Sunday night after it was all over. You know, most of Sunday kind of went the way it should go. Teams were selected based on their contracts with the conferences, but there was a handful of bowls and teams that really stood out that made it seem like the whole day was a mess. There was a lot of positives coming out of Sunday, and you and I had spoken about that throughout the week, Jeff. There's so much positive to talk about college football and the bowl games that we try to focus on that, try to create a little perspective. Certainly there are problems with the system. There's problems throughout college athletics, but there's a lot of good with the bowl system, and we're going to see it on display this month.
Yeah, I think that's right. And nobody's hiding their head in the sand and saying, hey, there are issues and things need to be addressed. But what I'm going to tell people, and I firmly believe this, that over the next 3-4 weeks, bowls, the bowl system, we do this really well. And there are 10,000 plus student athletes who opted into bowl games. There are 82 teams who opted to play in bowl games in the postseason. And they're going to have experiences and go to towns and have times that they will never forget. And that's got to be the focus. And again, nobody's hiding their head in the sand, but this is ESPN's most rewatched or most viewed 3 weeks of the year. And so people will watch the games, people will enjoy the games. And yeah, things are going to have to be addressed. But I to your point on the positive, there's a lot to love about it. And the bottom line is I do believe the majority of people still love watching college football and watching these games.
They do for sure. If there was ever a test, it was last year. Was the first year of the 12-team playoff, as we all know. Naysayers were saying, well, this is finally it. This is the year that nobody's going to watch bowl games. Well, somehow 2.7 million people watched the average non-CFP bowl game. That was up 14% over the year before when there was only a 14 playoff. It was the highest it had been in 5 years. In fact, we had two bowls, the Valero Alamo Bowl and the Pop-Tarts Bowl, that had more viewers than one of the CFP opening round playoff games. So, there's still a lot of value there. There's still a lot of meaning there for the players and the universities, and people certainly still love to watch the games.
He's Nick Carparelli, the executive director of Bowl Season. He's with us here on the Sports Animal.
Nick, of course, this year there was really the high-profile move with Notre Dame, but you take a step back and look at everyone else, not just the programs, but the players that are committed to playing in bowl games right now. What are some of the things you hear from the schools, outside of the CFP, when you're with administrators, athletic directors, about just bowl season, what they like, and maybe some of the things that they hope to see with the bowl games moving forward?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think it depends on who you talk to, right? I mean, the Notre Dame situation was very unique. Notre Dame is very unique, and I think you can't look at any one decision by any one school and apply that premise to an entire enterprise. We had 82 bowl eligible teams. 12 of them were selected for the playoff. The other 70 were given bowl invites, and there were 3 of them that felt it was not in their best interest to go. We had 3 other teams that were kind of next on the list that jumped right in, including a team from the SEC. So, as I said earlier, you kind of need to provide a little bit of perspective on the situation. Notre Dame's, like I said, they're unique. I'm not about to pass judgment on whether the decision they made was right or wrong for them, but I do feel bad for the players, especially the seniors on that Notre Dame team. They're not all going to go play in the NFL. I'm pretty sure that those seniors, when they went to play Stanford that Saturday before Thanksgiving, the furthest thing for their mind was that might be their last college football game that they ever play, and they're done. A sport they've been playing since they were a little kid. So that part is sad to me. That's the part that's overlooked sometimes, and I'm very certain that years down the road there's going to be a lot of regrets.
Nick, you guys, as an industry too, are a little bit at the mercy of the decisions that are made by college athletics for sure. But when with seeing, they moved the transfer window back at least until January, movement like that, which is, I think, good for the sport as a whole. When you see things from the bowl industry, and what do you make of those changes?
Yeah, I think the changes are good. Jeff and I talk about this all the time in our executive committee meetings. There's so many issues that are negatively affecting college athletics. And I don't know if this is good or bad, but those issues are not unique to us. They affect us negatively in some ways, but they're affecting the entire industry negatively. So, fortunately, there's other reasons that those problems have to be solved. If the transfer portal window was not moved because of bowl season by itself, it was moved for a number of reasons. And I think you are seeing a lot more guys, individual players opting in to play in bowl games. And as Jeff said, 10,000 players opt into bowl games. That's a pretty big number.
Nick, as we go forward, and there's a push, and we've all been sitting around waiting to see what the CFP is going to do. Will they expand? When will they expand? If they expand, how much will they expand? Bowl season sits there. We've heard that this is the last LA Bowl. The Bahamas Bowl has become the Xbox Bowl. There's going to be transition. As you see the stability of the system, and I talk about it, but I maybe a different voice will carry some credibility here. What do you see as far as the stability, the strength of the bowl system and its place in the postseason?
Yeah, I think, first of all, I don't think the playoff will ever be big enough to accommodate all of the deserving postseason teams. I think it'll never have enough opportunities for the number of teams that want to participate in the postseason. Every football program is different. Some of them just simply are not equipped to challenge for a playoff berth on a regular basis or in any given year, right? So, but some of these programs are building, and these student athletes deserve these experiences and a reward for what is deemed a successful season by their own measure. So we need these opportunities. It's funny, over time, things change in anything we do. Back in I want to say 2000, back in 2000, there were 20 bowl games. In the last 25 years, it doubled because there weren't enough, right? People wanted to play in bowl games, and people still want to play in bowl games. And I would always be asked, is there enough bowl games? Are there too many bowl games? And my answer throughout the years, even when I had different jobs, was consistent. Nobody's in a position to make that decision. Bowl games are a market-driven system. No one's forcing anybody to host a bowl game. No one's forcing anybody to play in bowl games. So we grew to this number naturally. Now, as things evolve, maybe there'll be a market correction. I don't know what the number is, but I do know there will be bowl games providing outstanding opportunities for student athletes at the end of the regular season.
We all get that question. Are there too many bowl games? And we've got an emailer who hits me probably 3 times a week. See, Jeff, there's too many bowl games. See, there's too many bowl. My always answer is, Nick, there's not. You don't have to watch them. But the bottom line is, who are you to tell a student athlete that they do or do not deserve the experience to go to Albuquerque or Nashville or Vegas or Orlando or wherever it is with their teammates and experience? And I don't give a damn if they're 6-6 or if they're 11-1, right? Who are you to tell them? And if you don't like it, don't watch it, right? Are there too many soap operas on? Are there too many, voice shows on? Are there too many Bachelor shows on? Don't watch them. But the bottom line is, millions of people are watching them. There are municipalities who are thriving because of them, or benefiting at least from them, and thousands of student athletes who are enjoying them. And so who are you to say there's too many? That's always where I live, and I say it because I firmly believe it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I use a more popular sport. I am not a big soccer fan. I don't get it.
Attaboy.
You watch it for hours and you get 2 goals, but it's the most popular sport in the world. So I'm not saying that there's too many soccer games on. I don't care how many are on. I just don't watch them, right? So I don't know. It has mystified me a little bit over the years. Why do people focus on bowl games? There's too many. There's not enough. A lot of people watch them. A lot of people care about them. If you don't like it, don't watch it.
Yeah, I say it all the time. Don't go, don't watch. I mean, you don't like my matchup? Hey, man, there's a lot to do on Saturday the 27th. But we've got, Nick, I got the 23rd ranked team in the country and the number 1 offense in the country coming in to play the number 5 defense with the highest amount of wins in any bowl game, us and the Pop-Tarts outside of the college football playoff. Like, what we think, we put together a really exciting matchup to bring college football to college football fans here in Albuquerque.
You did, and you have one of the more compelling matchups in the lineup. That's one of my favorite things going back to Selection Sunday is seeing the matchups. I mean, you inevitably see 2 teams matched up together that wouldn't normally schedule each other in the regular season, playing in a destination they wouldn't normally go. And I'm excited to see your game. I'm excited to see, there's two teams that moved up from the FCS level playing their first bowl game ever, Missouri State and Delaware. And those teams and that fan base is pumped. You have matchups between two teams that were in the top 10 preseason. Penn State's playing Clemson in the Pinstripe Bowl, right? People are going to watch that game, right? This is going to be a launching point for those programs for next year, right, as they're trying to build or rebuild. So every matchup's compelling. It's just a matter of what storyline you want to follow.
Nick, it's probably not something bowl directors want to hear when it comes to revenue, but do you think the bowl system, and again, a little out of your hands, but becomes incentive based for schools when it comes to their revenue contracts or NIL, putting bonuses in there along with the coaches to get players really excited about the postseason? We saw in basketball what they did with the Crown right last year and how that tournament kicked off. Do you think that could be something we see in the future?
Well, that's not my decision to make, but from a personal standpoint, I think, I know it can, and I think it should. Sometimes when something's been around for a long time and it's done something a certain way, it's hard for people to get their head around changing it, whereas it's something that starts brand new with this new idea, with the same principles of what you would want to change the other thing to, it's easy to get it off the ground, right? So the Players Era Festival in basketball we just saw, the Crown, as we said, new events, that's the structure. People embraced it. Bowl games have been around for 100 years. They make a large payment directly to the institution or the conference. And, oh, my God forbid we change that. Well, it's time we look at all those things and the way we did business in the past and take a good hard look at it and say, maybe we should evolve as well.
Lastly, I want to get into the coaches thing. We've talked about the portal and how the portal has moved. And I don't know that there's a way to do this. If a team, and we've watched it happen all year, if an institution fires a coach midseason, they're not going to let anyone tell them we got to wait till after the postseason to hire because the portal's open. I don't know a way around this one. We just saw another one today. Ryan Beard, the head coach at Missouri State, just took the job at Coastal Carolina. Missouri State's playing in the Xbox Bowl here in a few days. Coaches are leaving, the uncertainty there. I don't know that there's a way around that one, and I know that's something that's become a really big talking point.
Yeah, there's a lot of difficult issues in college athletics. I think there's a way around everything, but again, it's going to take people opening up their minds. They moved the transfer portal to January 2nd. There were a couple of conferences that were behind the notion of having one transfer portal and having it be at the end of spring practice in April. One portal per year after the spring semester. If you commit to a school, you're there for a full academic year, and God forbid we still factor in academics in these conversations.
Right.
I don't know how these kids are graduating colleges. I'm afraid a lot of them aren't when they go into 3-4 colleges in 4 years. So there are ways to do it. The stakeholders in college athletics are going to have to really be willing to break the mold of their previous mindset and do things differently.
The academic piece is always so bizarre to me because it's got to be there, but yet we know there's a way because, I always bring this one up because when a coach leaves, the portal window opens for 30 days. And so last year, Nick Saban, I want to say, retired in late January. So the portal window opened at Alabama. 3 days later, this is 2 years ago, it opened at Washington when Kalen DeBoer left. 3 days later, it opened at Arizona when Jedd Fisch left. 4, 5, 6 days later, we're into February now, opened at San Jose State when Brent Brennan left from San Jose State to go to Arizona. And yet all those kids somehow got into classes, got in school. So there's a way. I understand it's not perfect, but there is a way to get this done. And you're right. We always say this is how it's always been done. You've got to think out of the box because there are ways to get these things done.
Yep, absolutely. It's not an issue of can it be done. It's if people are willing to do it.
Yeah. All right.
I believe.
Enjoy bowl season. I appreciate the conversation. I know your lineup is stacked. Your calendar is completely full. So I appreciate you coming to work today. And
not a problem. I got one thing I got to plug, Jeff, and I got to do my job here.
The pick 'em.
People ask me how do what's the best way to watch bowl games and to track them.
Yep.
The bowl season pick'em game.
Yep.
Go to our website bowlseason.com. Click on the link, or you can just go to pick'em.bowlseason.com. Free to play. Great prizes. You can win 2 tickets to next year's national championship game plus airfare. Pick the winners of the 47 games, including the playoffs. There's confidence rankings. You could set up little pools with just your group of friends. I can't think of a reason why a college football fan would not play this game.
No, and you just blew JJ's mind. He just went, wait, what? I can win
Playoffs.
what? Go to bowlseason.com. It's right there at the top of the page. It's free to play. Sign up, play. You pick them. It's a confidence pool. It's every game. It starts tomorrow, so get in today. And like Nick said, man, there's great prizes. Somebody's going to win 2 tickets to the 2027 College Football Playoff Championship, and there's Delta Airlines vouchers, all kind of stuff on there. So do that, and Nick, I'll continue to pump that as well.
Excellent.
All right, be well. Enjoy your Hampton Farms peanuts in a shell. They make a mess while I eat them at my desk, but I love them, and thanks for the box that you sent over. Have a great weekend. I will catch up with you soon.
All right. Thanks, Jeff. Take care.
Be well. He's Nick Carparelli, the executive director of Bowl Season. A lot in there, man. And look, I understand that's an advocate for the bowl system, but his points are right, and you can certainly respond when we get back on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of work, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies. The 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Sweet Rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
delays from a crash on I-25 going.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient. They're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of worth, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies. The 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
Through the Florida Gulf Coast roster. Florida Gulf Coast will be in the pit to play the Lobo men coming up this weekend. It'll be on Sunday. Transfers from Michigan, Notre Dame. Yeah. Pat Chambers, their head coach. 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff@sportsanimalabq.com. Got a email from Lobo Hobo. Said nervous Lobo fans, and he sent me some random guy's Facebook post. Some guy named Dustin who's got a computer in front of him and a backdrop behind him. And he says, my top 5 candidates for Michigan: Dabo Sweeney, Kalen DeBoer, Kenny Dillingham, Jason Eck, and John Harbaugh. All right. I don't believe Jason Eck's getting this job. That doesn't mean he couldn't. That doesn't mean he wouldn't do a great job. That doesn't mean he wouldn't be great. I think Michigan is going to swing for a bigger name to satisfy their fan base. And with everything Jason's done, when he's done it at the FBS level for 1 year, and I think that they are going to go for, to your point, as you said earlier, they're going to call everybody, whether it's Cignetti, Kalen DeBoer, Jed Fish. There's names in the NFL. Again, this is nothing against Jason Eck. This is just the way I believe they're going to conduct their search. Could Jason Eck be great for them? And you're like, shut up, Jeff. Shut up. He's ours. I got it. I think he'd be great at the Michigan. I don't think he's going to get the opportunity on this cycle.
I think Jason Eck is a power conference football coach.
I agree with that.
His first power conference job is not going to be Michigan.
Now,
like, this is, you say it sounds like you're talking down. Not at all. Like, you gotta think these through, man. He's a good candidate. He's a great football coach.
Yeah.
I believe that. But you think about Penn State, and it felt like all the swings and misses they had, and they still landed Matt Campbell. So this isn't one where that whoever put that Facebook post out there, that like you have a future, because that is, swinging for the fences hot take. But I don't think Jason Eck is a top 5 candidate for the Michigan head coaching job.
Yeah. Now, I've learned nothing is impossible. I'll never tell you never. I won't. And like I said, dude, if I'm hiring that position, and I don't even know who is, right? I got to believe it's Ward Manuel right now, but the rumors that are swirling around there and what's going to happen with the athletic director and all those things at Michigan, stay tuned and we'll watch what happens. But does Jason Eck interest me? Yeah, he does. Now, what was Sharon Moore's head coaching experience before? And
he was a Harbaugh guy. It was baked into why he got the job, because he was with Harbaugh on that staff.
100%.
This is one, though, I guess, you could always point back and go, oh, look how well the Lobos played in Michigan. They're going to look at that. Like, all right, well, they beat UCLA, and he was never on UCLA's radar.
That's right.
Not necessarily just mean that.
And UCLA hired the guy from James Madison, which when you go back and look at the whole thing, you're like, wait a minute. But he had been there, 2 years at James Madison? Right? How long has Cignetti been at Indiana?
It was just the second year at James Madison.
So, and I don't even know where Chesney was before that. Do you? I don't. But when you say, wow, why was Eck never on UCLA's radar, and they hired a guy who's been doing it for 1 year at JMU, got him into the playoff, and getting him, but he started way ahead of where Eck started, right? JMU's program was established as a winner, and they just transitioned up to FBS, really recently, not even relatively recently, really recently. But they were a better program. They just were than New Mexico was. So when you look back at it in retrospect, JJ, why would Eck not have been a candidate at UCLA? Seeing where they went.
Yeah.
Why would he have not been one? I don't know if that's the job he would have been interested in. I got to believe he would have been, right?
Yes, you have to be interested in these positions as a head coach.
Like, there's better jobs than others. But if you get offered or considered for a Big Ten job, is there a bad one? UCLA's not Michigan in football. I get that. It's not. UCLA's got its issues, especially in football. But if that comes on your radar, you're like, ding, right?
Yes. It's dinging. It's buzzers because the G6 is always going to be there.
Yeah. All right. So that's there. Again, let me be very clear on this. This is no knock on Ed. I think if I'm hiring at Michigan, I would consider it. I just believe that Michigan is going to take a gigantic swing, and that means a big name. Because they got a fan base and a donor base that they've got to satisfy. I think Jason Eck would be a great coach at Michigan. I absolutely do. And I think at one point in the relatively near future, he is going to be a really, really good coach at a power conference school. I know you don't want to hear it, but I do. I don't think that Michigan is going to come to him on this job, at least early, because first of all, where they are, and they've got to really, really satisfy, and they got to keep that donor base happy. But dude, I mean, when you get down to nuts and bolts, honestly, JJ, I think he'd be great. Like, I think he'd be great now at that job. I think he would be a great coach to go in there and absorb what it is. It's a totally different stage. But I watched how he handled the mess here. He's got the right demeanor. He's got the right contacts. He's got the right track record. Like, he would be great. I'm not trying to get rid of your coach. Please don't hear that. I just got that, I got the email from Lobo Hobo. But that you've got to hear it in the context in which it's being said, and that's what it is. Aaron, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hi, Aaron.
Hey, guys. Like you said, it's a really delicate topic when you're talking about the Lobo football coach because he did such a great job here. But there's no way that guy is even on the Michigan radar. You're talking about someone who's never had a win over a top 25 program ever.
That's correct.
Okay, you're going to have at least one of those wins. You're also talking about a guy who's never won a bowl game. He's never won
Never
one.
been a head coach
So
in
you're
one.
going to take him as a head coach.
Yeah, he's never been a head coach in one. Yeah.
Right. Well, he hasn't been a head coach at this level. He's never been in a bowl game before because at that level they play the playoffs.
That's correct.
Okay? So when you're talking about a program like Michigan, you have to look back at that history and be like, how did they do the last time they dipped into the Mountain West and grabbed a football coach?
It was Brady Hoke.
They took that head coach from they took Brady Hoke. How did that work out?
Yeah, didn't.
Not too well. Yeah. And Brady Hoke had a lot longer track record of success at this level than Jason Eck does.
That's correct.
There is no way they're even considering Jason Eck or looking at Jason Eck based on that past performance and his current resume now. If you're going to coach at that level, you have to, one, at least beat a top 25 team, or two, at least won a bowl game. He hasn't done either. He's going to be here for a while. I think he's going to do a great job. I think he is going to be successful and perhaps leave. But he's going to have to prove a lot more than what he did just this year.
Ding, ding, ding. Aaron, thank you. And Aaron said it well. And Aaron's obviously a Lobo fan. And again, that is not a knock on Jason Eck. It's just not. And if you take it that way, you're misinterpreting it. Because I think he's an incredibly good coach, and I think he's going to be a great coach, and I think he's going to be really good at the power level at some point. I just in this moment in time where Michigan is looking to hire a coach in a crisis, as much as I really, really like Jason Eck, I don't see a scenario where that's the direction in which they go. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of worth, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies. The 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of worth, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies. The 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of Pro.
Sweet deal logo. I believe it's $60 for just $30. Spend $30, get $60 over at Burger 21. All burgers 100% Angus, never frozen. Made to order. They got all kinds of burger options over there, gluten-free options, shakes that are to die for, and make any of your burger purchases a combo for just $6.50. That includes fries and a fountain drink, and they cater, and they're wonderful. It'll be our sweet deal. I got a little taste of the Pop's burger over here, and it's really, 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 really good. The Tex-Mex is seasoned Angus beef, applewood smoked bacon, onion strings, pepper jack, jalapenos, chipotle mayo, guac. So go by, and it's Burger 21. That's going to be our sweet deal, and it's on our website, sportsanimalabq.com, and it'll go live at 9 o'clock. We got a hoe today because it's Friday. We'll do that sometime before we get out of here. I got your text on that. Don't worry. JJ Sports Radio 100.9, The Mitt. I don't know where that is. They put out their list of odds. Everybody's got an opinion on
The
Mitt. The Mitt. Who's going to be the next head coach at Michigan? There are two Mountain West coaches on the list. Eck at 20-1. And Dan Mullen at 10-1. They got Eck and Fleck on there. It's the Eck and Fleck Bowl, by the way, at the Rate Bowl.
Eck Fleck.
Eck versus Fleck. Eck at 6'7". Eck Fleck.
7. Is he still rowing the boat?
Yeah, he's still rowing the boat. Yeah, he threw a row the boat at you in the press conference.
Row the boat.
Kalen DeBoer's the odds-on favorite 4-1. Jesse Minter, who you like, at 5-1. Joe Brady 6-1. Jed Fish 7-1. Jeff Fromm. I don't see Jeff Fromm being that. I don't know if that's sexy enough for that fan base. You know what I mean? Brian Dable's on your list though at 10-1. Marcus Freeman's the long shot, or not the long shot, the dark horse to me on this one because I just think he's really, really good. He's at Notre Dame. How do you leave Notre Dame for anything? Well, last Notre Dame coach left for LSU, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is Michigan a better job than Notre Dame?
I think Marcus Freeman is in a fantastic spot.
He is.
Where things are going to work out. Where they're not going to be on the outside looking in very often moving forward.
I think that's right. Dan Lanning's name's on there. I don't think Dan Lanning leaves Oregon. I think he loves it up there.
Yeah, and if I'm Marcus Freeman, I'm going to continue to blow the doors off all these teams, not go into the end of the year where if I don't beat Ohio State and yet we're to win a championship, people would still not like their season. Yeah. I'm good.
All right. Other stuff. Diego Pavia won the College Football Player of the Year from CBS Sports for the Heisman. He's on set with Screamin' A. Smith this morning in New York, on set at ESPN. Diego, dude is everywhere. Dude is everywhere. If there was a popular vote, college football fan, don't you think Diego would win the Heisman?
Yes.
Because he's name recognition, right? I mean, what's the spread? And every time
he's the most well-known college football player this year.
That's what I've been saying.
Last year is Travis Hunter, this year is Diego Pavia. Because who else is really popping off?
Nobody, dude. Fernando Mendoza is the betting favorite. DraftKings, every site is Fernando Mendoza 1 and Diego 2. Whether it's MGM, Bet 365, Bet Rivers, FanDuel, whatever it is. DraftKings. I know you like DraftKings. Mendoza's minus 1,800, Diego's plus 900. Dude is everywhere. But if it was a popular vote, if it was, college football fan voting, people love watching him. He's exciting to watch. He wins. They love the story of a guy coming out of nowhere, and he doesn't give those cringy Fernando Mendoza interviews. I mean, Fernando should stop doing interviews.
He's got the NFL quarterback press conference on lock.
All right, we got another hour to go. We'll get you ready for the NFL weekend. Lobos are playing Florida Gulf Coast this weekend. I'll tell you who they are. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. You can get into 505-246-0610. Thanks for being with us on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of work, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies, the 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of work, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies. The 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
J-Buck. Inexcusable loss. That's how Todd Bowles, the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, described his team's performance last night after they blew a 14-point fourth quarter lead and lost 29-28 to the Falcons, a game that they had to have. Because here come the Carolina Panthers, fresh on their heels. That happened on Thursday Night Football last night. Opening drive is in your ear on 95.9 FM. The AM 670 Sports Animal, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. We got a full weekend of NFL football in front of you. A lot of you are in your fantasy football playoffs. Hey, I know we did this yesterday, and we got into two idiots, too many teams, and what do you do? How much do you let weather play into what's going on when you set your lineup? I ask you that because the Browns play the Bears tomorrow. It is going to be 11 degrees, a feel-like temperature of 2 in Chicago on Sunday. Do you play DeAndre Swift? Do you play 100%. Harold Fannin?
That's a running back strain.
All right, you play Harold Fannin?
As long as it's not, as long as there's no precip. Like, the only thing I'm scared of is rain.
Cold? How does Shador do in that cold?
It's chilly in Boulder. But, that's a cold no one's used to. No one's used to that.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, it's football weather. They're used. No, you don't get used to that, man. You've been in it. You know what to expect. You don't get used to it.
This is not a weekend where the weather's going to change anything. Look at what Josh Allen just did in a blizzard last week, man.
He's a different cat, man.
But Joe Burrow still threw 4 touchdowns in that weather. This is just blistering cold.
You trust Shador Sanders like you trust Josh Allen and Joe Burrow?
Well, I'm not playing Shador Sanders in any...
But I'm playing his tight end.
Yes. If that's your tight end this weekend, they're not going to abandon throwing the football because it's cold.
Right. So you like Monangai or you like Swift?
I would lean towards Swift, but if you're in a situation where Monangai is your RB2 or flex, it's a spot where they run the football like crazy.
Right. Ravens at Bengals. It'll be 12 degrees.
Yeah, they're going to be slinging a rock around. But
Chargers at Chiefs. It will be 18 degrees. I mean, what?
But yesterday, man, I put on almost went to shorts yesterday.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Well, we did a Isleta New Mexico Bowl event last night. Great turnout. I can't believe how many people told me what they shot yesterday on the golf course. I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, it was gorgeous out. How could you not play? I'm like, how could I not play? I have time to go to the toilet, for crying out loud. Like, just because I'm in the tunnel doesn't mean everybody else is, right? Everybody else is like winding down. It's holiday season. I'm on the golf course. Yeah, it was beautiful yesterday.
Yeah, some of these, like, just no thank you, man. Even if I'm a fan, I'm like, I'm staying home. Baltimore at Cincinnati, temperature in the teens.
Yeah, 18 degrees, dude. I'm sorry, 12 degrees. 12 degrees. That. Yeah.
Like, the only...
You on T. Higgins?
If he plays, yes.
What's the latest thing?
9 touchdowns leads the team. He's limited the last 2 days. Not cleared through the concussion protocol just yet. It's not nice, but the only thing that worries me is, like, crazy rain.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Or really high wind. That will change the passing game.
All right.
But if it's just cold and even snow, I'm fine with. But if it's really windy or a torrential downpour, yeah, I'm worried.
All right, give me 3 receivers. Puka Nacua, okay, duh. All right, so give me the other 2. Higgins, T. Higgins, Harold Fannin, Worthy, Tyler Warren, Ricky Pearsall. That's my choice.
Higgins, if he plays.
Yeah.
And Fannin. If not, like if Higgins is ruled out.
Yeah.
I'm going Tyler Warren.
Over Worthy, right? With maybe Phillip Rivers throwing him the ball. That scares the crap out of me.
At least you didn't get pitted.
No, I didn't get pitted. You did.
Goodness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who does that? Who has 2 tight ends on their
That
roster, then picks up Kyle Pitts and plays him in the first round of the
No, that
fantasy football playoff?
sucks. All right. So, no, I don't want that mess because I got to do a Lobo game. No, let me rephrase that. I get to do a Lobo game in the middle of playoff fantasy football playoff Sunday.
Just can't wait. There's going to be a moment in the second half.
There will be.
It's like, oh no, what happened?
Is it bad if I have Red Zone on my phone right in front of me while I'm calling the Lobo game? It probably is. I can't. I won't do that.
For me, like last Sunday, we were in Tucson and we got to the arena like 11:30.
Yeah,
we were there early.
Yeah,
but we got kicked out of the hotel. So
did you really?
No. But I sat there doing some of my final prep. I watched Red Zone all the way up until pregame starts. And I was like, all right, lock in.
and I did that 2 Mondays ago, the Highlands game that I did. I needed, and I can't believe what that cost me, man. Cost me the difference between the 2 seed and the 3 seed, the payout there and the bye. But I needed 4.3 points from Stephon Diggs.
Dude, everyone's watching. Like I'll sit there, especially on Sundays we're playing. Like I'll have the Red Zone on, and everyone will come over, sit down for a few minutes. I'll get back to whatever they need to do.
I was at the Lobo game Saturday night, the Santa Clara game. And that was when the Big Ten and the ACC championship games were on. So I had that on my phone, and Jason Eck and his family were about 3 rows in front of me, and he had it on his phone too. And I'm like, did you see that guy just missed a field goal? He's like, yeah, did you see that? Like, yeah. You know, that's the beauty of technology, though. You can take your phone with you, and you can do it both. All right, big games this weekend. Ones that really, really, really matter. Chargers Chiefs is big, really big for the both of them. Bills Patriots probably the premier game in the daytime window. Lions Rams is good.
Packers
Broncos is really good.
Jeff, what do you think
Yeah.
about the fact you have the New England Patriots
Yeah.
and Denver Broncos?
Yeah.
Each of these teams has won 10 NFL football games in a row.
Okay.
Each of those teams is playing at home.
Yeah.
Each of those teams is an underdog.
Dog. Yeah. Is a dog. So let me explain something to you, and this is why I'm not surprised by it. And if you really, there's great opportunity here. The lines are set because of the amount of money that comes in on each side, right? That's how they set these odds. It is to entice even money coming in on both sides. And I think when people still look at the Bills and Patriots, they still think the Bills are way better than the Patriots. And that's why the Bills are a 1.5 favorite. Now, I would sit here and say the Patriots probably should be 1.5 to 2 point favorites at home. And so I think there's great value there. What the hell do I know, though? Because I was getting my ass kicked in the Friday thing.
Like I'd feel that if the home team was a 1.5 favorite, you'd get a lot more money coming in on Buffalo or
right. And that's
Green,
why they
like Green Bay.
That's why they made it this way, because that'll even out the money. I think because all the money was coming in on Buffalo, they needed money in on the Patriots. And it's the same way. People in their mind, they still think those teams are better. The public hasn't totally bought into the Patriots yet, and it's still a little slow on the Broncos. Right? What do you got? The 2 seed in the NFC against the 1 seed. Are the Broncos the 2 seed right now? Are they the 1?
They're the 1 seed.
So 2 versus 1 there, right? And the 2 seed versus. I mean, that look. Everybody still thinks, and I don't want to say everybody. Don't you think the majority of basic fans still thinks the Bills are better than the Patriots?
Yes.
Now, you look at the roster, you look at the what's happened, and to your point, the Patriots have won 10 damn games in a row, including beating Buffalo and Buffalo.
And the Broncos, Patriots is going to be fascinating because the only reason that the Broncos are ahead is because they played one more AFC game, and they're 7-2 in the AFC versus New England being 6-2. It's as tight as it gets.
It's fascinating. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails come in, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. I'll give you the latest on player movement. There is some CeeDee Lamb news this morning that I got to get to you. 505-246-0610. We'll still hoe as well. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Number 1 seed underdogs.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of work, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies. The 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito.
Oh, that one.
Good job.
Woo! Full-time ho. Opening drive on 95.9 FM. And AM 610, the Sports Animal. He's JJ Buck. I'm Jeff Symbieta. A little player news for you as we go into the NFL week. CD Lamb has cleared protocol. So he is out of the concussion protocol. He is now cleared to play against Minnesota coming up this weekend. That's good news for Cowboy fans and those of you who have him. Devon Achane is expected to play, practicing through the soreness in his ribs this week, and he is expected to be able to go. I know there was a big run on the back. There was a Jalen Wright, the running back.
Huge game.
Yeah, there was a big run on him this week as well. So that looks like he is ready to go. Should HN be? Hey, what do you think about? We talked a lot about the Hot Stove League and what the Dodgers have done, but man, every day I keep listening to rumors that the Tigers are listening to trade talks for Tarek Skubal. And I think Tarek Skubal is the best left-handed pitcher in the game right now. Is there a better left-handed starter than him right now?
No.
And maybe the best starting pitcher in the game. And he just won 2 Cy Youngs in a row. And I guess if you're the Tigers, you're like, well, if I can't sign him long-term, then let's get everything we can. And so that's why I'm listening to everybody who's coming and offering him and whatever. But it just amazes me, man. You get a dude that is that good. I guess in those markets, if a guy rises to that, it is just destiny. It is just fact. It is just indisputable that he is going to end up with the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Cubs, the Mets, the Red Sox. Is that fair?
It feels that way with the investment. And it's one of those things that seems so crazy, especially if you're a Tigers fan. You're like, why is this even a conversation? This shouldn't be on the table. But if you're Detroit and you're having the conversation of what that contract's going to look like, does he want to sign that contract versus maybe what you could do right now, which is get back potential starters, impact players, plus stuff to throw in your system. you do have to have these conversations if you want to find a way to have some consistency and win over multiple years.
Scooble's unbelievable. I mean, I'm reading it like he's probably on the move, according to CBS. 2-time in a row reigning Cy Young guy. And the consistent trade speculation is bonkers. I just, what do you do, man? Like, honestly, you're running Detroit. Do you unload the bank or do you try to put a roster together?
Yeah, if it's out there and teams know,
Oh.
Listening to the offers, like, all right, what are you thinking? What do you have? I'm, of course, engaging with his agent of what that contract would look like if there's a long-term commitment to be made.
It's incredible. Yeah. It's and you're a Tiger fan. You're just going, wait a minute, what are we doing? And why are we doing it? What the hell is going on? But that's where it is. All right, the SEC put their schedule out for next week. They like comedy. Lane Kiffin and LSU will go to Ole Miss on September 19th. LSU at Ole Miss. Oh, that'll be a good time. You know, you don't play everybody in those leagues. In fact, you play half of them because there's 16 teams in the league. You play 8 league games. But they're cute that way. And so LSU will be at Ole Miss in September. Circle that on your calendar. Because that'll be, I mean, everything you think it's going to be. And then some. Down in Oxford, Mississippi. The Sharon Moore thing has gotten crazy. How about all the people now coming out and say, oh, yeah, we knew. Oh, yeah, we knew. Oh, they knew about his mental health. Oh, yeah, everybody knew that he was doing this. The amount of people who are out saying that there is no surprise. Agents, everybody's anonymous in these stories, right? All these stories, everybody's anonymous. We heard about it a while ago. Just didn't think it was actually going to happen since we're all the way through the cycle now. Said one agent. Somebody else told CBS, the worst kept secret in the industry. What's being called a high-level booster at Michigan. Everybody's anonymous. Quote, everybody in the program has known this the last 2 seasons. Schembechler Hall was swarming with lawyers earlier this month. What? Everybody knew, but the story is evidently they got a tip a few weeks ago, launched their investigation, and the investigation closed the other day, and they fired him. Now dude's going to be arraigned today. How does everybody not know, but everybody knows? That's why I'm telling you this thing's going to get ugly and uglier and uglier. And the ugly today is going to be Sharon Moore in court. And everybody's digging up his old tweets and his DMs into OnlyFans models and whatever. But then it's going to start trickling down through the administration, right? Does Ward Manuel make it through this, the athletic director? Probably not, right? And I like Ward. He's been very good to me. But, I mean, you got to look at it and say, what did you know? What didn't you know? And how did you not know?
Yeah, this is one where I'm sure there's a lot of people on edge.
You know what? We have this conversation all the time, JJ. How much, when you're at the top, you're responsible for everything below you. How much does a coach know about every player? How much does a athletic director know about every person who works for him? How much is he expected to know? Like,
this one's too hot. Like, everyone knew. There's too many people coming out saying, like, they heard this rumor for the powers that be not to know what was up. And then when you look and an employee of a university salary is public, and it was like $50,000, then $90,000.
Well, but she got a rate or a promotion, right? So she got promoted into a different level position, which, and again, I don't know what the structure is, but it wouldn't be odd if you got promoted.
On top of it, with everyone knows.
Well, that's
like, and then that happens. Like, that's just all the dots got connected.
now. They sure are now. I mean, they sure are now.
Like the stuff you hear, like to me, it's not shocking to when it like ADs or coaches, if something happens that's big enough. Like, yeah, you knew, and you sure so many people are just keeping their fingers crossed. Like,
yeah,
let's just keep it. It's just a thing. It's just a thing.
Just let it in now. Let it in now. But it doesn't,
Then
because
build.
everybody's just digging and 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 digging. There's just a lot of families that are in limbo now, who, with the cycle already have closed, there's assistant coaches who are sitting there. They're getting ready for the bowl game. They're playing the Citrus Bowl. The Cheez-Its Citrus Bowl. They got a game against Texas, which was kind of one of the premier games on the bowl schedule. Biff Poggi is going to be the interim coach. He coached them against, what was it, Nebraska earlier this year, right? It was a game after Oklahoma. The third game of the year.
Is that not like the best college football name if you were making
Pretty
a
damn
movie?
good. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Coach Poggi, Biff
Biff.
Poggi, Biff Poggi.
Yeah. No, it's really
Or even like the high school coach that's coached for 30 years in town, Biff Poggi.
No, it's perfect. Yeah, it's perfect. He's on the list of, there's odds on him getting a job too. I don't think he needs that mess.
Dude, they can't.
They can't win.
Like, you're right. Like, what from the family aspect, those directly impacted by Sherrone Moore's decisions and how he's done this, to the fallout of, I'm sure, yeah, there's plenty of coaches or team ops, whatever, people are just doing their job, head down, going to work, and now Michigan has to clean house. They can. There's too many, man. Connor Stallions, that assistant that was looking up photos of college girls, and now this, like, you got to clean house.
Everybody's got to go, even if they didn't do anything.
You have to.
Special teams coach got to go.
That's
Biff
why
Poggi's
it hurts
gotta
that
go.
much more.
Biff Poggi's got to go.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what's hard here. One dude really bleeped this whole thing up, right? At least that's how it seems now. I mean, the victim, like, man, and I get it, and I've heard this a lot, and this is really where my whole mind went. The family, like, I feel bad for human beings. I do, and maybe I shouldn't. I even feel bad for Sherrone, because dude made some really, really bad decisions, and now the world has fallen in on it, and he's probably got nowhere to go, right? I'm going to guess the young lady with whom he was having the affair wants nothing to do with him. She's being dragged through the mud, the internet, just abusing her. He's got a wife and 3 kids, 3 young girls at home. I mean, imagine their life, man. Imagine those little girls. And my mind is totally gone to, what does his wife tell those little girls? How does she explain to those little girls how their life is about to change? And everything they're hearing about their daddy, it's true. Right? How about all those student athletes who are in that program that, the portal's going to open and they can leave or they can not leave? How about, as you were just talking about, all these coaches, assistant coaches, staff, and families who are now uncertain about where they're going to be working after this bowl game? How about the athletic administration, who's now, they may get moved because of the handling of this? Because one dude made a lot of really bad decisions. Yeah, there's football to it. And you know what? Next September, everybody's going to be out. There'll be 110,000 people in the big house, and go blue, right? Yes, that'll happen. As somebody used to tell me all the time, they're going to kick that ball 3:45 on the 27th. No matter what you do, they're going to kick that ball next year. Michigan will play football. But the human carnage. And I don't know, is that too big of a word, carnage?
Not for a situation like this.
I mean,
there's a lot of people that are going to get hurt, and there's a lot of fallout from this. But if you're Michigan and even whoever the powers that be, even above in Ward Manuel, you have to be going.
Well, they got an interim president.
Well, yeah, but even so, like board of regents, whoever is part of that decision making process, is going. This we cannot have number 4.
What do you mean?
Well, just the Stallions, the other assistant,
and there was a hockey thing. There's been all kinds
they
of
gotta
stuff.
just.
All right, let's give away some tickets. Got 2 tickets left to give away to the Isleta New Mexico Bowl. The game is on the 27th of December. It is 23rd ranked North Texas, San Diego State. You can get tickets at NewMexicoBowl.com. JJ's got 2 tickets right now. 2 to give to caller number 4 at 505-246-0610. 505-246-0610. You can get a pair of tickets. Go see the Isleta New Mexico Bowl, courtesy of your good friend J.J. Buck at 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
NFL coverage all season.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of work, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies, the 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies. past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past.
Needed to clean up. I'm not good at it. I don't have time for it. I don't love it. Some of you love yard work. Many of us don't. LaBarge Landscape takes care of it, and this isn't yard work. This is a transformation of your landscape. They came out, got my grass growing again, fixed my irrigation system, pulled out some trees that didn't belong. Just I love my yard. You can have it as well. You got some friends, neighbors who got that beautiful, beautiful yard that you want. You got yard envy. You can have it. But you're thinking, you know what? It's getting cold. I'm going to wait till spring. Don't do that, because too many people do that. And what that means is come spring, you get put on a list, and by the time your project's done, you miss half of next summer. Get it done now. The people who enjoy that beautiful landscape in the spring are the ones who call LaBarge Landscape now. You know what you want? They're going to turn that into reality for you. You know you want something, but you're not sure exactly what. They will send out their design team. They'll look at your space. They'll drop designs until you get exactly what it is you and your family are going to love. You want to clean up, like a fall cleanup, leaves, pruning of the shrubs? LaBarge Landscape does that as well. I love them, and I know you will as well. Go to their website, LaBarge, LaBarge, LaBargeLandscape.net, and bounce around the gallery, look at the pictures, see what they've done, and then call them at 505-345-3000. That's area code 505-345-3000, and schedule an appointment. Whether your project is small or large, the answer is easy. It is LaBarge Landscape. All right, we gave the tickets away. They gone? They gone. We'll probably have more as we go through next week. 505-246-0610 if you want to get in today. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. And it's all open for you, whatever you want to get into. You can get in on the Sharon Moore stuff. You got the game last night. Falcons beat the Buccaneers 29-28. Bowl season kicks off tomorrow, the Celebration Bowl and the L.A. Bowl. So that's there for you. The Lobos are going to the Rate Bowl to take on the Minnesota Golden Gophers. We got the game here at North Texas and San Diego State. Big weekend for Lobo basketball. The ladies will be in the pit tomorrow night. They play Houston out of the Big 12. JJ has the call here on the Sports Animal. 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock tip. And then on Sunday afternoon, 1:30 pregame, 2 o'clock tip over on News Radio KKOB. Lobo men's basketball against Florida Gulf Coast. We were talking NFL stuff over and where the big games are. You like the Broncos over the Packers? I do. I do. I mean, at some point, they're going to lose a football game.
No, just even from the number perspective, like I'll take the Broncos and Patriots at home, getting points.
Yep. Yeah, I like that too. The other thing that's going on is the Heisman Trophy this weekend. So Diego Pavia won CBS Sports Offensive Player of the Year, or College Football Player of the Year. Fernando Mendoza of Indiana, JJ, won the Associated Press Player of the Year. And all these are just, there's a million of them, but the big one's tomorrow, and it's the Heisman. And again, the betting odds are on Mendoza, but the fact that you're watching them go back and forth and Mendoza isn't sweeping them makes me think there's a chance for Diego.
There is a chance. I think it's going to be really close.
What will this town do, and what should this town do to celebrate him or not if Diego Pavia from Volcano Vista High School wins the Heisman Trophy?
Something in downtown,
right?
Like an event. Absolutely. If there's a Heisman Trophy winner from Albuquerque, New Mexico, sure, your fan base is going to be split. But I think a lot of people appreciate him as a player. And if you're a Lobo fan, you want to harbor hard feelings, okay, that's a rivalry. Like, you shouldn't expect, Alabama fans somewhere to be happy about Auburn. I understand that. But in terms of the city, 100%, if you have a Heisman Trophy winner, you should do something. And, the mayor for life is going to want to throw passes to the Heisman Trophy winner because he thinks he's the best quarterback in Albuquerque.
He's going to want to catch him. Yeah, no, I promise you, Tim Kelly's going to want to catch passes from Diego. I would suggest if I just said to you, there's going to be a Heisman Trophy winner from an Albuquerque high school, when he comes back, you would say, yeah, you should do something to celebrate that Heisman Trophy winner, right? Well, but it's Diego Pavia, and he peed on the Lobo logo and didn't apologize for it. Yeah, he did. And I would suggest, I also agree with you, that I think there should be some sort of a something for him if he wins. Robert, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. How you living, Robert?
Hey, good morning. I agree with your previous caller regarding Jason, or Coach Jason Eck. I don't think he's ready for the big time yet. I think give him a couple more years, and he might be. He does have the ability. He seemed like I like the way he calls plays. He has these trick plays that seem to work all the time. Hey, also, as far as the Heisman Trophy, I think Mendoza's going to win that trophy. I would like to see Pavia win it, but I think Mendoza's got the inside track. Yeah, also, I was going to comment, I'm looking at tickets to the World Cup game in L.A. on June 12th versus Paraguay. They're starting at about $1,800 a ticket. What kind of bothers me about these ticket sales places, StubHub, they say that right now it says 2% of tickets left, and then when you go to the website, they start counting down like you're going to lose out. That kind of makes me wonder if they're really on the up and up. Hey, have a great day.
Well, they certainly are there to create urgency and want you to buy tickets, right? I mean, that's just the way it is. Paraguay, is that who they're playing?
Yeah, the World Cup is not affordable.
So that's June 12th at SoFi. So what is that, about 60,000 seats, JJ? Is that right? If you want to sit all the way upstairs, you can get in for $3,400 per. If you want to get low and sit midfield, well, dude, there's some low corner seats for $9,600, but there's $21,000 for these seats. I'm with Nick. Like go knock yourself out on the soccer stuff. Cool. I thought that was a great answer, by the way. By Carparelli.
It goes for everything in life.
It's so true.
Enjoy what you want to enjoy. If you don't like something, you don't have to say it sucks and should go away.
Hold on.
It's like Jolly Ranchers should still be sold. Not my thing, but I'm not saying they shouldn't go away or not happen.
Yeah. Well, I see 2 tickets for $1,400 right now. 2 tickets together. If you want to go all the way upstairs. And SoFi's not that big. So you're in the building, and you can watch USA Paraguay. Do you think the ticket prices go up or down from here? And they're pretty big right now, man. And the game's 6 months away.
I think they'll still be all over the place, depending on who's selling them, where you're getting them.
All right, so you can get in anywhere from $1,400 to $21,000 per right now, USA Paraguay. Rudy, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hi, Rudy.
Good morning. That was a heck of a party last night.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. The stakeholders.
You should never invite me to continue drinking, okay?
I'll keep that in mind.
You know what? It's always, Jeff, I just can't say it enough. 20 years, Terry Colbert and I were laughing how, when this started, we all had hair, right?
That's funny. Yeah. That's probably right.
Few less pounds around the middle, but it has been just such a fabulous ride, and it's a great matchup, and I'm just really excited for the New Mexico Bowl. A couple of things about the Michigan case. Probably one of the reasons why Sherrone Moore is still in custody is even if they don't bring charges today, he's in protective custody because of the
mental
threat
health
of suicide.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do with the charges. He has to be arraigned by this afternoon. Normally within 72 hours after your arrest, you have to appear in front of a magistrate. That's the law. So they could noli prosequi, which means we're not prosecuting at this time, and release him, but he could still be subject, if they have the same basic laws that we do in New Mexico, to a mental health hold. And that could be what's holding him too. And, just the whole situation is heartbreaking. And I just really feel for the innocent kids. That's where I always go on these things, because the other people are adults and they can figure it out. Apparently what happened is she had all the receipts, and when he told her no more relationship, the girlfriend went straight to the University of Michigan and changed her story.
Well, yeah, and I'm hearing that too. I'm thinking, dude gets released. Let's say they release him today. Where's he go? Where's he go?
Well, he goes to extended stay hotel.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, his wife doesn't want him back. Apparently,
Yeah.
Who knows? It's just one of those things that who saw it coming. But the big picture includes probably Ward Manuel is not going to hang on. We're going to see what happens. People keep condemning him because he didn't have HR in the room when they fired Sharon Moore in security.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily need that. It depends on what your relationship with the coach is. So we'll see.
I don't know.
But,
I don't know what their policy
it's going to be
is there.
very interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what the policy is.
By the way,
on that.
quick note: if you're buying tickets to the Rate Bowl, don't buy them. That was my purpose in calling. Buy them from GoLobos.com because UNM has to sell. I think their allotment is 6,000. Is that right, Jeff?
I believe that's right. Yeah.
So if they don't sell all 6,000 tickets, they have to buy the rest, don't they? Isn't that the
Well,
way
I mean, they're on the
Bowl
hook.
works?
That's your allotment, so you get. I don't know what their arrangement is. So we've done that model in the past. That was, hey, here's your tickets. You've got X number of thousand tickets to sell. You sell them, you keep them. Like you bought them from us, so now you sell them. You know, basically part
right.
of it.
People, go get your tickets from GoLobos.com. That'll help UNM fulfill their requirement, and let's have 2 days of amazing football.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. All right, man. Enjoy the weekend. All right, we'll wrap it when we get back. 505-246-0616. Get you ready for a weekend. Emails jeff@sportsanimalabq.com, jj@sportsanimalabq.com. Opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of worth, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies, the 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience.
Sharon Moore, the now former head coach of Michigan football, expected to be indicted today in a magistrate court in Michigan, still being held on the assault allegations. Last night, Thursday Night Football, National Football League, Atlanta 29, Tampa Bay 28. Kirk Cousins and Kyle Pitts went bonkers for the Birds. Lobo basketball over the weekend. You will get the ladies playing at the Pit tomorrow night against Houston here on the Sports Animal. You will get the men playing against Florida Gulf Coast at the Pit on Sunday afternoon. That'll be over on News Radio KKOB. Bowl season starts this weekend as well. Celebration Bowl and the LA Bowl are both tomorrow. You also get the Army-Navy game, a game that, who did I get over here? Carl says, time for the most overrated event in sports. He says, I know JJ feels it's the Triple Crown, but Carl thinks it's Army-Navy. Don't watch it. That's the beauty of America, man. You don't have to watch it. I'm going to guess one of these flashing at me is Terry. Where do you want me to go first? Dan, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Dan.
Good morning.
What's up?
The energy is building for the 27th of December, the greatest show in New Mexico. I think North Texas is going to travel pretty good, Jeff.
I hope so.
Looks like. Yeah, me too. But we're getting ready for some action over there with Summit and Trucker and Peggy with their big Lobo wagon, and we're just going to have a blast over there on the tailgating issue, and then probably watch the best bowl game of the season, I believe.
It's a good one.
So everybody get your tickets.
Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate you. Have a great weekend. Tailgates are already getting set up for the Isleta, New Mexico. You can't tailgate now. You got to work?
Well, I'm sure I could bounce around a little bit.
All right, I do.
Beforehand.
I mean, I do as well. Terrence, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Terry.
Good Friday, Jeff. Good Friday, JJ, Dr. Hugs, all family members. Hope you all have a great holiday season. Probably go on my fall break until after Christmas, calling back in. One little thing I missed. I wish Jacob Rodriguez, the linebacker at Tech, had made it to New York, but I knew he wouldn't win, but I was hoping he would have got some acknowledgments there. Last little thing, so people don't lose all their money. Just know that even though there's not a portal, there are some players that are ghosting their teams right now. So if you are going to lay a few dollars down on a game, maybe follow up to make sure who's playing and who's not. But there's been some rumors out there from astute players that have not shown up to banquets and whatnot and all that. Still, my son would have loved to play in it. I hope you have a great bowl game. I hope the Lobos do great, out there in Arizona and all that. And I hope Addie and Austin get everything they want for this holiday season and safe and enjoy it all that way. So appreciate this year. You guys have been great to me. Thank you. Take care and be safe.
See you, Terry.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. That's it for Terry. He just signed off for the year, huh?
I'm out.
December 12th. See you next year. I'm done. All right. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Q Terrence in 5, 4, 3. It says that from Jack. Kyle Pitts scored 7% of his career fantasy points last night. I don't know if that's fact, but I just got TJ just sent that to me. He says, apparently Jason Eck has 20-1 odds of becoming the next Michigan coach. My heart can't handle this. And Kyle Pitts scored 7% of his fantasy points last night. Is that right? I mean, that might be right, dude.
Mm-hmm.
In his career.
There's
I'm sorry, man.
We who play fantasy football have had bad beats. But the worst feeling in fantasy football is what happens on Thursday night if it's just you don't even feel like you can come back on the weekend.
Yeah.
Like it sucks.
You just get faced on Thursday night. You're just so behind. And this one, it's final because it's the playoff. Yeah.
Like I'd live with 20 points from Kyle Pitts because he popped off at 15, 16 points the last 2 weeks. 40?
Yeah. All right. Here's one other thing I'm going to hit. And I know I hit this earlier, and I hope that this doesn't become the narrative. Do you believe Sharon Moore should have gotten fired?
Yes.
Jamel Hill says, quote, I've watched white coaches survive worse scandals and still get a second chance. Sharon Moore didn't get fired for his actions. He got fired for the color of his skin.
Those other coaches got fired before the quick comeback.
Yeah, some of them made comebacks. I'm sorry, man. I just hate the race baiting now. I hope that's not the narrative. I mean, really? Is he in jail for the color of his skin too? Come on, Jamel. All right, thank you to Nick Carparelli, the executive director of Bowl Season. He was with us today. The Herd with Colin Cowherd will be next. The Jim Rome show's after that. Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas at 4. We're back with award-winning radio tomorrow. No, Monday morning starting at 7 a.m. JJ's got Lobo women's basketball tomorrow here on the Sports Animal at 6:30. I will have Lobo men's basketball with Daniel Ferris on Sunday over on News Radio KKOB. Adrian, great week on the TV side. Appreciate you immensely. He is JJ Buck. I am merely Jeff Symbieta. Big weekend for you?
Huge.
Enjoy it. Hey, be good to each other. Have a great, safe weekend. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you on Monday.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
This is a place steeped in tradition. We celebrate our culture, our land, and our game. Tradition so unique, it's impossible to ignore its lasting legacy. A legacy of worth, of success. This year, December 27th, we celebrate one of New Mexico's great legacies, the 20th annual Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Be there to celebrate one of our state's great traditions, where college football legacy reigns supreme. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl. Legacy in every play.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone.
Albuquerque's leader in sports.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.